So let's say, let's take only a few visual examples. How many of you can see a woman standing in or sitting in front of a mirror, etc.? You can? How many people can see a skull? So which is it? It's neither. It's a color. It's a shape. Your story says that's a woman. That's. How many people can see two faces? How many people can see a goblet? It's neither. It's a story. You created that story. Where does it exist? In consciousness. What's out there? Nothing. Out there is a vritti that you interpret as out there. And that vritti is a color, in this case, a shape. A man or a woman's face. Now, if you're careful enough, you'll see a mother-in-law, father-in-law, and daughter-in-law. How many people can see a man? How many people can see an old woman? These are some beautiful illustrations. So here's a man riding a horse. There's another person on the street. But then you look around and you say, oh, that's an old man with a beard. Butterflies and flowers, woman's face. These are constructs in human awareness for vrittis. Birds coming to their nest, a tree, and birds or a woman's face. Horses against a background, a mountain, sky, or a woman with long locks. Look at this, a nude or a man with a beard. I love this more because this is inspired by a poem from William Blake, who was one of the greatest visionary poets of all time. And in one of his poems, he says, we are led to believe a lie when we see with and not through the eye that was born in a night to perish in a night while the soul slept in beams of light. It's the perfect example of waking up. He says, we are led to believe a lie when we see with and not through the eye. With the eye, we see what? The projections of the conditioned mind. Through the eye, we see reality. That's called waking up. You see dragons, you see a face, nothing that you see actually is there. It's shapes and colors given meaning. Look very carefully, the face that appears is not in the picture. Carefully look at that. The face that you see is not in the picture. This is how you create the whole universe. Okay, so what is reality? This is reality. Yatha pinde tatha brahmande. As is the atom, so is the universe. As is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm. As is your body, human body, so is the cosmic body. As is the human mind, so is the cosmic mind. And that's the matrix. This is the most accurate picture of reality that you can imagine. And one phrase, yatha pinde tatha brahmande. Atman is Brahman. Okay. Jeev Atman is Brahman. When you wake up, not before you wake up. And then all this makes sense. Those 7 chakras are basically junction points between consciousness and projections of reality. That's what they are, the 7 chakras. Abraham Maslow, who created a huge movement, transpersonal psychology, he spoke about 5 levels of whatever, 5 levels of need. But most people don't know that when Abraham Maslow died, they found in his library notes on the 7 chakras. Okay, so he was basically, he even didn't get to the seven chakras, but that's where his inspiration came from. When Joseph Campbell wrote the whole mysteries of mythology, the history of mythology, that's where he got it from the Upanishads. Okay, so this is very fundamental, primordial insight to sages and seers and rishis that came as a result of the transcendent, going beyond the, what do you call, the conditioned mind. So here is the key. Your body and the physical universe are both projections of one consciousness. That one consciousness is called Brahman, and then everything else is called Brahmand. Okay, so what is consciousness? It appears like this. This is Brahmand, and in its formless state, it's Brahman. And everything that we call the universe or multiple universe are projections of that one consciousness. And because that one consciousness is infinite, borderless, fundamental, irreducible, it can project infinite universes. Infinite. Even that's also in the Vashishta. So what is, go back. What is, slide. What are the steps? So this word meta-human, I just made it up, but then I realized it's been used by others. Abraham Maslow was writing about meta-human, etc. Meta means beyond, and human means beyond the human conditioned mind.